Okay, pardon me if I started an hour early, but we have a lot to cover today regarding the Switch 2. Yes, I will be mirroring the Nintendo Direct, um, the whole US version of the Direct, but not the whole Japanese version of the Direct, because there's some really important things I want to cover. So, without further ado, let's get started. And I also muted the audio for the output because of copyright reasons. I need to check if my oh wait. Okay, so the first thing that was announced was a new Mario Kart game. And this is going to be an optional pack-in title. I didn't even say it yet, but I did some research before the stream. So, about the couch driving. So I'm a little bit hungry today. Chipotle was closed, so I actually had to eat something to substitute Chipotle today. So sorry. Okay, that game is called Mario Kart World, not Mario Kart 9. Thank God. Yeah, because it's more open world or something. Wow. Well, I think there's some people who did 24 races earlier than Nintendo. Just saying. by the way, I already did pre-order my Switch 2, so but there are very strict conditions for it, so okay, so actually based on my pre-stream research, I actually determined that they were using the same studio to film both the English and Japanese language versions. So either one side or the other side had to pay for work visas to just like participate in the filming of this commercial, and they were under NDAs too. So they're making a smoothie in this version. But in the Japanese version, they were making something else. So, oh, sorry. Yeah, this. I think this is actually better than Discord in my opinion, because I expect this to be far more regulated than Discord's. Uh, yeah, that's not my phone, by the way. Hmm. Honestly, I won't be buying the Nintendo Switch 2 camera because of privacy reasons, honestly. As I outlined in my previous stream I did 2 days ago. Yeah, they're using footage from another version. Yeah. Really important for Obon visits. I'm not buying it though because of the just going to be one fiscal year worth of game chat open access. Since the new fiscal year just began in Japan, so yeah. Yeah, thankfully, thank God for that because it was severely missing in the 3DS era, and it was absent in the Switch 1 era. Yes. Yeah, that the game I covered at the end of 2022. That's some engineering magic, I could say. Not sure how I feel about this, honestly. Yeah. Okay, that's not me for now. Yeah. Yeah. 3D audio. This is just a simulated effect because I'm not sure how sturdy it is, honestly. This is the important part. Except 4K will only go up to 60 frames. Yeah, we really need that too because the old dock kept on overheating and stuff. Now this is the important one. I'll actually go over this a little bit later, so I might get this game too because I want to see what the system is like and yeah. They actually had to do some narration cleanup because um I wonder how it's gonna do in like 3Gs of airplane turbulence or something. Honestly. Actually sucks to pay extra for this game um because Astro's Playroom was free on the PlayStation 5. Yes. Color matters in this context. I'll go over this again later because these use a completely different standard from the original one. So SanDisk and Samsung are manufacturing them right now. I won't be using that, honestly. Yeah, it's good because having a headphone jack is far better. Yeah, I might be checking that out in a later stream. So okay, so basically, so I already placed my my reservation because I have already because I already met the criteria to reserve. Yeah. Yeah, Switch 1. And then now yeah, you will have to pay to upgrade from what I heard. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's gonna be dual entitlement if you buy both the both Jamboree Switch and Jamboree TV. I'm not sure if you get the double entitlement. Actually, the audio recognition is from the Japanese footage. I'm not using the camera. Just ask Edward Snowden how well that went. Yeah, so I connect. I like the Mario Wonder reference. It feels like Mario Sunshine, honestly. The launch title for the original Switch. This is more of a graphical upgrade than a practical one until you see Zelda notes. Yeah, I love the guiding, the guide, the voice guide. Sorry, yeah, that's pretty nice because it was such a pain to do it on Tears of the Kingdom, even though I haven't played much of it. I mean, the industrial era of Hyrule, the industrial revolution of Hyrule, is still well and alive. I also have Kirby and a Forgotten Land. I actually sold my Switch One version, um, because I was running low on money. So, yeah. When did console gaming become more like PC gaming? Let's hope this game doesn't run terribly or something. We have a half hour left in this presentation before I can do my own thoughts and stuff. I'll also check for copyright claims after I'm done this stream because those are terrible to deal with, honestly. Yeah. Elden Ring. Street Fighter 6. I don't feel too good about Capcom, especially with how they actually manipulated the PC hardware market with Monster Hunter Wilds and the PC port's poor optimization. So yeah. A very strong launch lineup. Uh, yeah. Oh, I know if you try to play this game on stream, it becomes a literal death sentence. Sadly, it's the same thing that it's the same thing they did to the player to those who are playing on stream that they're now doing to Tesla cars for some reason. Hmm. They also added the SpongeBob mode, but not. I'm more concerned about the localization, honestly, because I think Square Enix's localization is just sad, honestly. Okay, um, Yakuza 0 for Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah. It's set in the last year of the Showa era, basically, 1988. Um, this is actually pretty good because this is a serious game. Yeah, it's so um okay. AAA game studio. Hmm. Yeah, I think my computer's starting to ramp up in temperature. Yes, winter. Yeah, that's my childhood right there. I actually have this game because the GameCube version is the best because it had an extra character. Now, this game is actually pretty demanding to run, even on I don't know. But boils down to the emulation quality, which with Mario Sunshine wasn't that great. Oh, they bring back Mario Sunshine. Um, After the failure, that was 3D All Stars or something. Yeah, so yeah, I'll probably get this one. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, that's hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, no. This game was a total wreck 5 years ago. Especially because we couldn't buy GPUs when the game came out due to the pandemic, the lockdowns, and scalping and shortages. I'll get into Switch 2 scalping a little bit later this stream, so just wait. Please wait. Uh, I also don't have high opinions of this game, honestly. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure if this game was even necessary. The Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. Given that I haven't even cleared 150 lines in one game in a while because I keep fooling around with T-spins and all that stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. I really don't play Fortnite that much anymore. Especially since it's banned on Linux, so it's like Epic Games really wants you to use that spyware known as Windows 11. Yeah, I think my sister would be open to playing this game, honestly. But regardless, that's a lot of the launch lineup, honestly. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about the fine print. So, yeah. Okay. There's a possibility I might age restrict this stream. Okay, so this game comes out next year, and only on Switch too. Finally, a sequel was announced. It's from the guy Sakurai himself. It comes out this year, so after 22 years. Because Sakurai is doing the base thing in the game industry. He's not submitting to woke culture. So, yeah, this. Let me check chat for a bit. So it comes out in 3 months time. Okay, so that's almost the end. Now this is the important part because I watched the Japanese one and it does not sync up with the 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 dub does not match up with the original language. So this is the Switch 2 international version. So I already reserved a bundle, but if I get invited, then I would have I could buy it. So I already set aside some of my trip savings for this. Um and additionally, I also and I was in class when this was live, so I was unable to do a live reaction. So that's it for this. And go open up Window Capture 7 with the Switch 2 webpage. So here's more information about the Switch 2. It's going to be available on June 5th, 2025, worldwide, and it is the next evolution of the Switch system. Yeah, I did pause it to take a thumbnail. And you can play games with game chat. So this is game chat. You could use the Switch camera if you really inclined, if you're really inclined to do it. It has a larger screen with the same thickness. Because I know the Steam Deck is extremely heavy. That's why. And you have a kickstand, but I'm not sure how durable this kickstand is, especially with the open design compared to the Switch OLED. And you have Joy-Con um 2, which does not have Hall sticks, unfortunately. And then you also have the C button. C button has entered the chat. Now, with game chat, you could use it on both Switch 1 and Switch 2 games. um, like shown here is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is a game I have covered over and over again on my channel. So, where you're playing the new Mario Kart World game, or this like tried and tested entry in the Mario Kart series, you can actually share your screen and all that stuff. And not all games will support it, and it's not available in all countries. So here's a camera, and there's an open access period until the end of the Japanese fiscal year 2025. And you have 3 different play modes. You have graphics, and you also have crisp audio quality and 3D sound. And you have 256 gigabytes of capacity with faster speeds. Now, 8 times of the original Switch, but you could also rate data faster. So you could transfer your Animal Crossing islands, but I decided not to do it because I don't want to risk my island's existence on a experimental system. Let me just put it that. And speaking of experimental, this is actually Nintendo was actually the first customer in consumer electronics to actually we'll get to your point later, but Switch 2 is only compatible with micro SD express cards because because they're the first like what is it? The first consumer electronics company to use it, because if you use your old Switch 1 SD card, you cannot use it with Switch 2 because I'll go into more detail just a little bit later, and not all of the games will be not all Switch 1 games will work on Switch 2. So this is the main page. So let's go to the next one, which is the technical specifications. So this is the dimensions in inches, I was going to use the metric system, but I really don't have that much time today, so it weighs about less than a pound or something without the. And it also has a capacitive touchscreen with 1080 HDR10, 120 Hz. It uses an NVIDIA custom processor, 256 UFS, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, and you could even connect it to Ethernet as well. The video output in HDMI, you could do it at 60 frames at 4K resolution. Um, on and then it also supports 120 frames on 1080 or 1440p, and also supports HDR10. So it also outputs linear PCM 5.1. So no Dolby patents were used, no DTS patents were used. It's likely to keep the cost down, and you can output via the HDMI connector in TV mode. You could also apply it to output to the headphones or to the built-in speakers, but this will require a system update. Speakers are stereo. The microphone is just like any other, so you have noise cancellation, echo cancellation, and audio gain control. Power and volume buttons, two Type-C ports, a headphone jack, Apple, Samsung, Google, headphone jack, headphone jack. Yeah. It also has a game card slot, which can use both Switch 2 and Switch games. Now, this has to use a micro SD Express card slot, as I outlined earlier, but we're going to get into more detail later. And it has the sensors and all that stuff, and this is the operating environment. It has a 5220 milliamp battery, but it can only go between 2 and 6.5 hours. And the charging time is 3 hours when sleep mode. So here's the dock. It only has USB 2.0 because they have to use HDMI and LAN for video output and what is it? Ethernet connection. So they have a system connector. So this is a Joy-Con. So yeah, you could press the sticks, but they're not Hall sticks, sadly. The C button, of course, because of the game chat, and you also have Bluetooth 3. It's not using the latest Bluetooth version, sadly. It's like 2 versions behind. Sorry. It has sensors, 500 milliamps, lithium ions, HD Rumble 2, 20 hours, and charges 3 hours and 30 minutes. So you have the straps and the grip. So that's the tech specs. We won't go over the accessories today because we have to go over information about compatibility of Nintendo Switch games with Nintendo Switch 2. So there are really few games that are not compatible with the Switch. Nintendo games, but partner games, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues. Like the light blue one, the lightest blue is the games with issues, and issues were found during startup and not compatible. Because there are some games on Switch 1 that will not be compatible with Switch 2, including Toy-Con VR4. So that's why, because you cannot put the Switch 2 into Toy-Con goggles. Then you have this compatibility list, which we'll take a look at right now. This is startup issues, so let's go over it. So yeah, unfortunately, a lot of arcade archive games do not work on Switch 2. So we have, we'll just screw Doom Eternal 2, and then you also have Final Fantasy 1 or something. Fortnite, of course, because they're making a Switch 2 version. And Kill la Kill. If you've grown up in the 2010s anime industry, which I didn't grow up for much of, honestly, then you'll know how important this game is for you. So okay. River City Girls 0, another important one. Rocket League, also another important one. this South Park game is also really important. Summer Pockets. Yeah, speaking of Summer Pockets, an anime adaptation is going to be airing soon. But I'm not sure where it's going to be airing on Crunchyroll, on High Dive, or Netflix, or Amazon. There's just too many places to watch anime these days. This Taiko game, Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, you cannot play on Switch 2, sadly. You also have some other games like Cinnamon Kagura Reflections. um, is not going to work on Switch 2 for now. And we also have Tokyo Xanadu EX, sadly. It does include titles only sold in regions outside the US, so now let's go to the games of issues. So we have Alan Wake Remastered, and unfortunately the two TGM games that are available on Switch. But fear not, because TGM 4 is going to come out on Steam in 2 days' time. So does the Minecraft movie. So Fall Guys also has issues. And Just Dance 2019, Mega Man Legacy Collection is being investigated. And Street Fighter 30th Anniversary. And you have Nico Nico, of course. The it got hacked last year, so yeah. And Neptunia Senran Kagura Ninja Wars is also not working. So yeah. And let's go back to the SD card thing, because right now, this is the SD Association's website, and we have a chart of SD card revisions. For example, we have the first SD card, which came out in 2000, which is ironically a quarter century ago. And in the first decade, they had SD cards, SDHC with version 2, which is 2006, and version 3 had XC from 2009 onwards. Then you also have UC since 2018, and there's also the file system versions as well. The bus interface is also different because it uses UHS-1, UHS-2, UHS-3, but the ones that the Switch 2 is going to use is micro SD Express PCIe Gen 4 or Gen 3, because this will break compatibility with the other SD cards, like the new SD bus interface. And it has a new Express class. It also has Secure Brew, Trusted Computing Group Storage Security, and Replay Protected Memory Block. So that's why you need the new SD card for the Switch 2. I will link this this file, this image in the description after the stream. And to answer someone's question, there is a product lineup, because unlike the Switch, which had a unified product number, the Switch 2 will not have a unified product number. For example, you have the Japan only version, Japanese only version. This is cheaper than the international version that we're going to get here in America or in Europe or something. So it is going to sell for 53,980 yen, which of course they had to cut back on the language abilities because of scalping issues with the PS5 and previous Switch models. So they even wrote a notice in English: Japanese language system, Japan only. And they also said the Japanese language system is designed for use in Japan only. Only Japanese is available as a system language, and only Nintendo accounts with the country set to Japan can be linked to the system. So, Yeah. If you want to explain, there's another reason because Japan's economy has become so weak in one console generation. That's why they even had to necessitate this move. And you also have the under 50,000 yen Switch 2 game only for the Japanese market. But there's also the multilingual system that's going to be sold everywhere, and it's going to cost like 70,000 yen. So this is to prevent the issues that's currently plaguing the PlayStation 5. So you can enjoy this game. You can enjoy Nintendo Switch games in languages other than Japanese. But actually, it's going to end up being more expensive than buying it in the States or something, even with the so-called Liberation Day or Day of Reciprocal Tariffs or something. Like honestly, I really don't I don't know. Now let's check the frequently asked questions. So yes, so if you do have a not have a Japan account, so you will not be able to link it, and you won't be able to use Game Chat, virtual game cards, Nintendo Switch Online, the Switch app, eShop, Game News, and Friend function. Well, there's no so warranties are exclusive to the country you bought it in, and it does, and you could play it, but it probably does not apply or something. You can only use for eShop Japan, so yeah, and there's no the multilingual versus Japan only versions is they say that there's no difference, but the obvious difference is will be later down the line when people start releasing games to comply with Japanese standards versus games international games. So because I've been made aware that just a few days ago, or maybe yesterday or 2 days ago in Japan, they have some new internet censorship laws, and that's pretty frightening, honestly. So let's just watch the final stretch of footage from the Japanese direct, because that's what I'm most concerned with now. Okay, so same day as the Americans and Europeans. Yeah, so that's Japanese only, and it also comes with the bundle too. Yes, so this is only on my Nintendo store to prevent scalping. Okay, I'm sorry to cut those people off, but this is it for today's stream. I think I'll see you over this weekend. So, thank you for watching. If you liked the stream, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. If you want to see more content like this, then press the subscribe button, and I'll see you this weekend.